What's up, guys? Welcome to the StackedDeck. We are going to be running over the top 8 of the recent RQ finals that happened over in Sydney, Down Under. I'm sure some of you may have already watched it, but we're going to go back through with a critical eye, kind of talk about the decks, what we're expecting. Unleashed is out, the Unleashed meta is out. We're not expecting any new cards, so this is going to be real interesting as far as a discussion on what we think maybe future tech could look like, plays could be done, just recasting the finals. So up to the finals. So I've got some co-hosts with me. Why don't y'all introduce yourself?
Of course, Hydra here. We're gonna
As
skip
usual.
over Kevin. Okay.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Stardust is in the mountains training for his next event,
Yeah.
doing God knows what. But we're gonna start out. We're gonna take a look at the deck lists, and then we're gonna get into the actual match. Here we have Alanzq on Diana versus SouledOut, who is playing Sivir. We're gonna take a look at the deck lists real quick.
Maybe I went to. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
I knew it was soon.
there we
I
go.
knew it was soon. It's all good. All right, let me pause it real quick.
All right, so we're gonna pause real quick for a second. We're gonna take a look at the deck list. Zedril, our resident Aurora player / lover / champion. What do we see here? This is everybody was talking about Aurora. Well, Aurora, and we did finally get one that was entering the top 8. Is there anything specific about this Aurora deck that maybe makes it the standout as the final Aurora contender?
I mean, not really. I mean, they're all playing the same variation. Like they went from from 5 units to 4 units. They killed one Mind Splitter and they run 3 dragons. I mean, so far that's it. Maybe a battlefield differences. I mean, people
I
choose
was gonna
different
ask you
ones.
that. They've forgotten Monum yet. I don't think I've seen many Auroras do that. Or
Right.
is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
new? Is that new? Is that like?
It's like just some variations of what you want. I mean, I kind of
Okay.
like someone ruined, someone like that. Standard. I don't know. This is pretty standard.
Yeah, from a stall deck perspective, it's interesting because we have Sigil of the Storm and Aspirant's Climb. Aspirant's Climb is seeing, in my opinion, almost as much play as like Obelisk, if not more, as a battlefield. Genuinely, right? Like everybody is running this deck. Sigil obviously works really well in Aurora because if you're conquering, because you have to conquer against them,
Yep.
you are going down a rune. I've seen Vilemaw's Lair. I think that Vilemaw's Lair kind of makes sense because you can trap something there, against Elder Dragon. Maybe you want to retreat to get everything in your base so they can only target one thing in your base. Vilemaw prevents that. But I guess from a consistency perspective, Forgotten Monument might help you hang on a little bit longer as far as points go, because it's like a pseudo Aspirant's Climb because the points aren't able to be scored as quickly, even if you have a deck that's built to do it. That would be my guess.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it can slow down Aurelia too because sometimes they use like Aurelia, move up, second turn, tide turner, ready, go up, and then they go and they activate their legend ability to ready the unit and it scores second. So maybe, but it's I don't know. It's just standard Aurora. I mean, the other weird cards, like what is it called, like dispose orders. I think that's the only.
It's just to draw.
Yeah,
cards,
disposal orders.
Yeah,
choose
right.
up to 3 cards from opponent's trashes. The owners recycle them or draw 1. So this is a good card. Reaction speed lets you draw if you're trying to dig and you have spare runes open.
Yeah.
The other thing, as an Ezreal player, I know that this is actually a tech card against
That's
Fizz.
gonna ask, yeah.
Yeah, it is a tech card against Fizz. You play a Fizz, you go to cast a spell, they can react to the Fizz trigger, and they can recycle any of the cards in your trash.
Do they choose the card? They choose the card.
Yeah, choose up to
Yeah.
3 cards from opponent's trashes. Their owners recycle them.
Yeah,
this
it also
is a
works.
tech card against Fizz.
It would also work for the mirror too, for the Needless Resurrection too, to stop the trigger from that.
Yes, that is a good point. Interesting though, he is not playing Needless Resurrection, so maybe that's something that differentiates this deck from the other Auroras as we were talking about. Let's move on to Alanzq's deck.
All right. Let's see how long
What a beautiful man. All right, so here we have CTCG Alanzq's deck. Hydra, you are the resident Diana simp. What we got going on here?
Facts, big facts. I think one of the biggest changes is that has been going on is the Kha'Zix, which makes sense now. If you have your Diana or you have any unit, really, you can just ambush with that. Super strong. Most decks push with one unit for the most part. Be a Aurelia, be a different deck. It's pretty insane, especially against holding decks too. Well, if you're Yi specifically.
And you can get it out a turn early with the legend ability.
100%. Actually,
so it's even cheaper.
The biggest difference, I guess, from what I was playing the deck and what he's playing, is there's 3 flashes. I've usually only seen 1 or 2. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you're able to save all your units more than often. I don't know. That's interesting. And he's also running, as you can tell, 0 fists. So that might be why. You can't recycle the spell. You can't reuse it again. So, it gives you the extra opportunity instead of running the 3 fists, which I exchanged for the Kha'Zix. Running 3 backs, pretty typical of the apathetic. I think there's just a meta call. There's so many things that you have to stop. So I can agree with that.
Best generic card that exists in the game currently.
Yep. Best 4-drop. Obviously, the other backs, again, plenty of spells. You go against other Dianas, other Ezreals. I think pretty simple there. He does run the 1 Eclipse, which also has the predict, which is really good. Obviously, when it comes to Diana, you have so much card selection. It's actually pretty insane once you get going. And then the battlefields. I mean, Targon Speak makes sense.
Before we get to the battlefield, speaking of card selection, I think this is a Hui deck. Diana seems to be a Hui deck from everything that I've seen.
Yeah.
Ride the Wind, Hui, dig. That's all. I mean, it's insane. I am very interested though. Like, no Fizz, and I think that the 2 Vex, Spirit Forge purple Vex, I'm extremely surprised to see no Fizz, especially just with Hui. I know that the Hui Fizz Recur Ride the Wind combo is incredibly strong. You're getting multiple. I mean, you ride the wind up to a battlefield. You can even retreat. That's 2 different Hui triggers. You can get up to +6 at that point. So you could be at 11. You move again. You discard another unit. He's up to 14. You can run over Baron. You can run over really anything that you need to at that point. So I am extremely surprised to see no Fizz. So I don't know. Maybe that is a misunderstanding on my part. But this seems to be a little bit unorthodox as far as a Diana deck goes from what I've seen.
We don't have sideboards, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
when it comes to this. So they might be there.
They'll eventually be here, right?
Yeah, they'll eventually be there.
We do not currently have the best of deck lists officially published from Riot. So,
for the funny enough, we do have it for the Chinese, but not for the
so,
West.
I think the last thing that I want to bring up in regards to this deck is there is no game 1 Aurora answer in this deck.
Well,
there's no game 1 Aurora answer as far as gear hate.
Yeah.
You have the 2 Star-Crossed, but there's no answer as far as obviously, Diana can't play it, but there's no one-off salvage that you see in a yellow deck. There's no one-off factory recall to maybe try to bounce it. There's no one-off turn to dust to try to target it. So that's interesting. I know that Alan was also I just know that he was tweeting that he 2-0'd every match in day 1 except Aurora, which makes me think that he probably lost but he probably lost game 1s to Aurora, maybe by not being able to answer, and maybe his answer is somewhere in the sideboard.
Well, his answer's probably Flash, right? I think his answer's Flash. He goes in, moves back, 1 unit gets killed, and then he tries to tempo them out because at the end of the day, it's only 1 unit. I think that's it. And they dig enough with Starcross. They eventually get Starcross with stack decks and predict and whatever, or ways. They probably just find the answer consistently.
No, that makes sense. All right, let's get into the match. All right, so we are hopping into the game.
It's not my stream, is that?
No, I think it's their stream.
Yeah, no, that's their stream. This guy also looks like Henry Creel from Stranger Things. That was the only thing that I could think of, like, the entire time I was watching the stream. All right, so we are getting into it. I know that SouledOut was a higher seed, so he is going to get to decide whether or not he goes first or second. I imagine he's taking first. But yeah, because of course. But we are seeing them looking through the deck list. Top 8 is open deck list, so they have the opportunity to kind of inspect each other's deck lists before they get into the game. Not sure if Alan needs to do that, because when SouledOut cascades through his entire deck, you get to see the whole deck anyway. But we'll figure that out. Yeah, we'll figure that out. From a Battlefield perspective, very interesting to me that SouledOut is starting with Sigil of the Storm. Zedro, why do you think he's doing that as compared to Aspirin's Climb?
50-50. Probably you want the you want to save Aspirins for later, and they feel like it makes them going first probably statistically better. It's probably
you think you'd rather save Aspirins for potentially after they've started to tech in answers? So that
yeah. More options in the future, more time.
That makes sense. All right, so we are hopping into it. Again, I imagine that we have SouledOut going first, but we will see. All right, so
there's the Gust.
No official hand cams, but we do have an Aurora. We have an Aurora in hand for SouledOut. Interesting that he's putting the Gust away, but I do agree with this just because the library that Alan is playing, Abandoned Hall, it is nigh impossible to Gust units off of that battlefield, and that's the first battlefield he's going for because he does not want to obviously conquer Sigil first. So if you move onto Abandoned Hall and you cast a spell, which it's very easy for Diana to do because she gets the free mana from her legend ability, and especially if it's like a Ravenbloom student, that's going to go up to 4. It can't be gusted anymore. So good idea pitching the Gust. What do you think, Hydra?
Yeah, I mean, pretty standard. When it comes to Diana, obviously you look for that one spell. Usually, I mean, you run usually between 9 or 12, one cost. Okay. So more than often you're gonna have one in hand anyways. So like you said, yeah, prevents the Gust pretty easily.
All right, so turn 1 Skyre's Bloom. I'd ask what he's digging for, but I mean, he does have the Aurora. He does have the Aurora in hand, so he's probably looking for potentially ramp. And I like Diana on turn 1 because with Diana and the Legend, you don't necessarily need the spells for combat. So what you can do is you can use this to dig for your answers, right? Hwei, Flash, let's, dig as much as possible. I'm going to conquer. I don't need the mana for combat tricks. So let me look at the top. Let me predict. And then if I like it, I can leave it on top. I need time to set up is probably what Alan's thinking right now. Okay. Does he have...
He should have 1 drop.
Does he? Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's got 2 mana up. That's crazy.
No, he used his legend ability to pay for the Diana.
Yeah, and that's a good card in hand.
Yeah, that's a good card in hand. But that's a good card in hand. But I do think that we can't see his hand. Obviously, I don't know. But not being able to get a point on board that turn is pretty.
It's rough.
I'll say this. I say this. Like, if he knew he was going to play Vex, why he should just throw in the mana, right? Like, just act like you have 4 mana up, walk up, and see what happens.
Yeah,
or 5.
Yeah, so maybe he doesn't have anything in hand.
But you threaten it. You're supposed to threaten it, right? Like,
he's probably gonna cast Gust anyway because Gust is not going to be useful at a certain point. But that is a huge blow to the tempo that Alan needs for especially game 1 if you want to because if you can grab game 1 and then tech in afterwards, that could be huge.
Yeah, it feels so better.
I mean, that's really tough.
He has mostly units.
Yeah.
He got
Ride the Wind,
Starcross,
Eclipse.
So that's 3. And then he had basically 4 units in hand because of the Gus. If you count the Bex in.
I don't know if it's the right play. Potentially, he could have rode the Wind over to the other battlefield. At least you get a conquer. and then you get a hold because the gust fizzles. But I think playing around that is very tough. All right, yep. All right, it's a turn 3 Aurora,
Oh, yeah.
and
Beautiful. Majestic.
yeah, he does have Star-Crossed. So he is going to be able to Star-Crossed. The only problem is, and this is the issue with this matchup that I've experienced with Ezreal, the Mind Splitter. I mean, it's a 25% chance, but the Mind Splitter is
Jesus.
really tough because you dig for your answers, and if you're holding the answers in hand, and they hit a Mind Splitter, you no longer have the answer. Obviously, he hit an Elder at this point, so he's going to lose the Vex 100%. He's going to lose one of the units. Now he's only going to be able to conquer, or unless he Star-Crossed the Elder Dragon, which he should. He should, yeah.
He deramps himself at least, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're forced.
Not really, because you have, well, with Sivir, it's a lesser of a deramp. So I'm expecting Alan to maybe Star-Cross the Tide Turner, and then the next turn he can hold Tide Turner, move over if he even needs to do that. But at that point, you're spread out across the whole base. And here we see kind of the problem, right? You need to tempo, which means conquering battlefields. But if you conquer both battlefields, which Alan has tried to do, now you're spread out and Elder Dragon gets maximum efficacy. So this is a good answer by Alan, but now he's down to one more Star-Crossed in his deck.
Yeah. No fizz.
And he can't, no fizz, so he can't recur that. And he can't, okay, the flash is good, but he can't dig for anything currently with the Diana because it would come in summoning sick unless he used the Ride the Wind. You might want to save that for Hui. Not to be pessimistic, but in many ways, this game is over, I think.
What do you mean, man? No, I mean, it's over really just because there's nothing to kill the Aurora. So he just gets to summon all his...
I mean, he had them to Star-Cross. He moves up, he flashes, he goes to at least a 4. He goes to 3, he goes to 5. Yeah, I mean, honestly...
If he hits a Mind Splitter, the Star-Crossed is gone.
Yeah,
but that's a turn. There's a turn when no mana's up, or that's a turn where no units he had no ability to move up. So,
but he's at an odd number of points.
Yeah, that hurt him the most.
Is the hard part right now, and I think this goes back to the earlier Gust play, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to establish units.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct because he has the flash.
Not even with that. It's correct because if he does summon another dragon, you have a unit up and you deramp yourself just for being there and existing. That's the reason. Yeah.
That's a good point. So if he hits another dragon, he can flash the 2 targeted units.
Yep.
And nothing dies, and he doesn't have to reconquer, so he saves a rune, which is a really good point, Zedril. If he hits a Mind Splitter, he loses either the flash or the Star-Crossed, and then the game becomes infinitely harder.
Maybe we'll see.
Diana also isn't going to be getting showdown triggers, which means you can't use her predict, which means you can't dig. So okay, yep, sabotage. And there's the sabotage. Yep, okay. So Star-Crossed, flash, Ride the Wind, all critical. I think you take probably the Star-Cross, yeah, because then at least you can establish your Elder Dragon. And now he's out of answers that deal with it, right? Because the problem is flash saves, but it doesn't deal with the issue, right? And the thing is, if he hits a Mind Splitter, then you get rid of the flash, and Alan goes up to 5.
And then Elder
So if he conquered right now, he would have been at 5 right now, right? Correct.
He would have been at 4. Oh no, yeah, conquer hold. He would have been at 5. And then with Ride the Wind, you have is that 2 Elder Dragons in hand?
I'm down.
Oh, he's got another sabotage.
So just 50-50, but it's 50-50 now.
Yeah, but he has another sabotage, so.
No, but I'm saying the Mind Splitter. If he hits Mind Splitter here, it's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying since he has the sabotage and he knows what's in Alan's hand, he can potentially just get the full. He probably doesn't need to.
Oh,
He can save that.
there it
Yeah,
is.
This is
there's
bad
the
though.
Mind
This is
Splitter.
bad for Aurora. This is really bad for Aurora.
I don't think
Why?
it's bad for
Yeah,
Aurora.
why would it be bad for
Because
Well, no.
he-
The reason, because the Mind Splitter right now, he's going to be forced to use all his mana to accelerate Sivir to put pressure and move the units out, right? Because next turn,
Well, he
this
can't do
gives
that.
him
He
to
can't do
5.
that.
Yeah, this is the end of turn. But now he gets rid of the flash, right? And now Alan has no answer. So what's going to happen is he's going to hold the 5, and then he has to retreat everything. Because he knows that the next hit has to be an Elder Dragon, which means that everything has to return to base. And now reconquering the sigil feels really bad. And in addition to that, like, if Sold Out has fan of knives, you can't reconquer.
Well, that was my logic. So even like if it was Elder, we don't. I'm assuming he could have Fan of Knives to reaction to the flash, or that's he at least saves his units guaranteed. Well, if there is a Mind Splitter drop, that's the
Yeah.
reason why. The reason I think it's not bad.
Yeah, and the only other benefit is, wow, Stupefy giving +1 to Vex. That is a broken card. Yeah, and then, I mean, potentially, okay, that's good, you develop. And then potentially you can dig even further with Diana. But again, now that, because, you get the Reconquer in the showdown, but I think that the big problem is now that both Starcrosts are gone.
I mean, there's zero answers because he can just hardcast Elder and then get another Elder.
Yeah, now that basically all the units are out of his deck, he doesn't need to play another Aurora.
Right. So,
He can just
Yeah.
hardcast.
he just hardcasts Elder and then do it again.
If he
Yeah.
had 12 still,
Yeah,
he's
he's
at
at
12.
12.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
that's one of the
That's
main
He's
crazy.
at 12. Yeah, so he's going to clear half of Alanzq's base.
And then clear it again with Aurora.
No, only once. You can only do it once, right?
No, that's why I said half. He plays the Elder Dragon from hand. If he wants to, you snipe something, and then you Aurora into your final Elder Dragon. But I don't even
Nope.
think he needs to
No.
do that.
Yeah.
Because, again, Alan's at an odd number of points.
Yeah.
Sold Out can just continue to play. Yeah, I would take Ride the Wind 100%. Yep. And then that cuts off anything funky. And just given the fact that if Alan was at 6 right now,
Yeah.
this is a very different game. So I don't want to call the Diana play like a punt, but staying on even, especially with stuff like Ride the Wind. Jeez.
Alright, Elder. Oh.
Yep, there's the Elder. Something dies. Probably a Diana, so that he can't dig for. I don't even know.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you can't dig, but like, I don't know what you're digging for at this point. Thankfully, Alan still does have the Eclipse in hand, and because you can't conquer over something with the Elder Dragon, you could Eclipse the Mind Splitter and run in with a Vex, and then try to double conquer. But again, that only puts you to 7.
Yep.
And if he has Fan of Knives, yep, I'm expecting the Eclipse here because you have to trade. It's the only way. And I think you just let this happen because, I mean, you don't really care if you're... Oh, yeah, I mean, going over it doesn't mean anything because, again, Elder Dragon kills it.
Yep.
I wish Elder Dragon said any amount of my damage, not your damage. But it doesn't. Yep, there's a Gust.
Nothing changes. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
You can abandon it, but that doesn't do anything
Yep.
because he would still be yeah. And again, if you notice, obviously they were the right things, and Sabotage can only hit them, but he's taken all the spells.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, this game's it's over. Like, Alan has no units. He has 1 Accelerate unit in his deck, and now he can. I don't know how many runes Sold Out has. if it's
Yeah, it's at 10.
he's because it looks like there's 3 in his pile. If he hard casts Elder Dragon, I mean he just wins the game here.
Was it the correct decision just to go to the empty battlefield, go to 6 and wait? Right?
What do you mean?
She could have just gone to the empty battlefield on the left side, go to 6. Right?
well,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the correct decision, I think.
I think so. No, that makes sense. I mean, he probably didn't want to just because it is that battlefield, but I mean, he could still play around. I mean, I don't think it matters in the long run just because from a fan of Knives perspective, you always have like the 1 mana board clear. Because again, Alan has nothing that can remove the Elder Dragon, right? If he still had a Star-Crossed, maybe, but because he has nothing to remove the Elder Dragon, I don't think it even would have mattered. Yeah, and now you kill the Vex, and Alan's just gonna scoop. Alan's just gonna scoop. Alan's just gonna scoop. There's nothing. That is a good point about the other battlefield, but like ultimately, I mean, the lock was already there. I think the game was already lost. But if you're playing for your outs, yeah, maybe you move up to that battlefield. Maybe you play Vex on that battlefield, so combat showdowns are more expensive.
I mean, maybe the plays just you hold. I mean, like you can develop more and more and try to beat the dragons. I mean, he's forced to always have the dragon. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, yeah, it's hard, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. So from a sideboard perspective, obviously this is an Alanzq queue list. But what did you have in your sideboard as far as answers for Aurora Hydra?
I was actually playing 1 acceptable losses side, and then 2 of the Turn to Dust.
I don't think acceptable losses is good because I think the best players play Sivir.
Exactly, and that's why I was getting removed little by little, because I started out with 2, and then it makes no sense to play it against Sivir. Just obviously the gold
generation.
Obviously it's there, so I changed to Turn to Dust because it just makes more sense. So.
And that's so tough though, because the problem with Turn to Dust is it's not action speed.
Yeah. And it
so
sucks, and it sucks.
I mean, they designed Aurora in a way as to where you basically are guaranteed to get an activation if you play it, and then you just end your turn.
Yeah.
And I think that's something.
Did he take his Mind Splitter out?
I can
sold out.
He took it out. He took it out.
Let's go back.
He literally took it out. All right, look, boom, Mind Splitter.
Definitely did look like he did.
That's interesting. I wonder why.
He's just gonna drag it. That's his game plan.
Well, actually, I think it's probably best to. I don't. We'd have to go back and take a look, but if he's not playing 3 Sabotage, I think taking out a Mind Splitter and putting in a Sabotage might be more efficient in dealing with a really heavy spell list like Diana. It's cheaper, you get the gold, so it's basically free from a Sivir perspective. Do you guys think that they should have hand cams? Or we should know.
The Chinese do. The Chinese have like 4 or 5 different cameras, bro.
Okay, all right.
Look at the regional. Look at the regional, bro.
We'll get to glazing. Okay. We'll get to glazing China when we get to the finals. Okay, we can hold off on that for now.
You got it.
I just know I've watched a lot of One Piece TCG content, and they have the players put all their cards in a little tray, and that makes it really easy for like the camera to watch and like see what's in your hand. It's nice. Obviously, it's a lot easier to talk about the game when you have perfect information.
I will say one thing: the Chinese also have like XP trackers on the side.
Oh, they have everything
on the HUDs, everything, bro.
Well,
might numbers. It's awesome.
Well, we have might numbers. And I don't think that they're playing XP, so I don't think it matters in this matchup.
Look, I don't know, man, but when they summon the battlefield and they put like the whole graphic,
that's cool. That's really
that's
cool.
What I need,
that's
man.
really cool.
That gets me hype, you know. That's what I need.
That's really cool.
Well, I'll say one thing about playing Aura. At least the matches are super fast, generally.
Yeah.
If you have remember the game that we had? Like I turn 3 scooped.
Yeah.
I literally 1, 2, 3 I scooped. That's what I did in the tournament that we played in Dallas. So.
I mean, it's legit.
You heard it here first, guys. Zeedrill's a quitter.
Yeah.
But hey.
All right, so
I wonder
Let
what the
me-
sleeves are. I wonder what that character is.
Looks like Niku almost.
Almost, but not really, right? I
Like
don't know.
Emerald?
I mean,
Maybe-
it could
maybe
be.
some Ruby-
It could be.
Ruby.
It could be. I don't know.
Okay,
the
so-
Forgotten. Okay.
In the sideboard for Alan, we have 3 Turn to Dusts,
Yeah.
3 Sprite Fountains, 1 Starcrossed, and 1 Baron Nashor. I think 7 of those cards come in
100%.
here.
100%.
I think that you probably take out all of your Moonfalls, because I don't think that card does anything. Potentially you take out your... No. I think Kha'Zix could still be good as a reaction, albeit
Yeah,
an expensive
yeah.
one, to Elder Dragon. But I think the Moonfalls come out.
Yeah.
Probably the... Actually, you might want to keep the Existential Dread. You probably get rid of the Abandons, because they don't do anything, because all the spells in Aurora are so cheap outside of if you're trying to catch maybe like 1 Catalyst.
Yeah.
But the Sprite Fountains... The what?
The Vexes go out too, probably.
Yeah, Vex. Well, the five
Yeah,
mana Vex.
too much. It's
yeah.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 Turn to Dust, 3 Sprite Fountains. Sprite Fountains really good for tempo. It helps you conquer early, except at very okay. Yeah, I mean we're still not on aspirants, but we're on Forgotten, which is extremely painful.
mean,
So yeah,
that's-
probably 3 Turn to Dusts, 3 Sprite Fountains. It looks like he has a Sprite Fountain in his
that's,
hand.
That's a
But
pretty
he's forced to
Um,
keep
it's
it,
a-
but
it's
he's
a
yeah,
great
but he's
opening. I mean, it's a great opening hand.
Yeah.
StackedDeck, Quay, Sprite Fountain.
So even if his units get gusted right now, he still scores and holds for next turn.
And there
Yeah,
it is.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
Disregard.
I
Let's see.
mean,
I'm assuming that's a Flash and a Vex, or is that a Ride the Wind?
it's a
I can't
Tide
really tell.
Turner, a Flash. I can't really tell the other card.
It looks like a Ride the Wind.
Was it a Ride the Wind?
Maybe. The
All
Galare.
right, well, he's gonna get gusted.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets it back.
He's gonna replay it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's Sprite-
Tide Turner, yeah.
No,
He's
no
not gonna
Spri-
play the Sprite Fountain. I guess.
Huh.
That's. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I think you should try it.
Mhm.
Well, okay.
I guess
so-
you don't get the hold point.
Right.
You don't get the hold point, but you. Maybe you're playing because you get another.
No, because
Sprite,
yeah,
so you
the Sprite would go
basically
there.
do get-
Yeah.
I probably would have played Sprite Fountain here, because you don't. I mean, obviously developing your board is nice, but you can't do anything
Yeah.
with the. You can't do anything with the other battlefield until your 3rd turn. So unless he has 2 more gusts in hand,
That hurts.
and if he has 2 more gusts in hand, you're honestly almost okay with that because that means he's not playing. Yeah, I would have probably played Sprite Fountain last turn.
Well, I mean, you're forced to, no? I think it's like one of those things where you're playing against Aurora, and you
Yeah.
have to score the points.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you'd also develop another 2-drop for next time just to conquer their
yeah,
side either.
100%.
And he can Tide Turner, move the unit. I don't know. There's a lot of options here, but I don't even
Yeah.
know.
And so Tide Turn is going to move up so that he would get the hold point at the start of his next turn at the very least. But Sold Out has the potential for an Aurora
And there's
next turn.
Yeah, he does have the Starcross though, so
He's forced to keep it, so he can even develop anything.
There's nothing in his hand that would make sense to play. I mean, it's hard to see how many runes he has up. Maybe if he has
Sure.
enough, he could play. Okay.
Wow, that's risky. That's crazy.
Oh
yeah, no,
he gets
no.
the Targon's
Yeah,
the Targon's
yeah,
peak.
Targon,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
he didn't forget like
Oh, we
Stardust.
almost just got
He didn't
schooled.
forget like
We almost just got
Stardust.
schooled.
Yeah. I like
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the I mean, you bounce the Poro or the Tide
No,
Turner,
Tide Turner,
100%. Yeah, one of them so that you can move in and still get the point.
Well, if you do bounce the Poro, it does allow you to conquer
To
again. ready
reconquer for
yeah.
Targons, so that could
Yeah.
be good. But if he hits a Mind Splitter, that's really bad.
2
And
scribes.
there
Oh,
it is.
that's-
That's the Starcross.
And he hits the
man.
Mind Splitter. Yeah.
That's
Star-
not
So he's
the
gonna
worst.
take- Well, he's gonna take the Starcrossed. At least he has Hui to like maybe dig with.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have. He doesn't have things that help Hui move is the problem. So, also, I don't think he has a spell to discard. So the best way to dig with Hui is you discard a spell, which lets you draw another card. So the way that Hui works is you move, you draw one, you discard one, and then you get an extra benefit based on the card that you discarded. If you discard a gear, you ready 2 runes. If you discard a unit, Hui gets +3. I don't think that he has a spell unless he top decks one that he wants to discard.
You can even move the unit in this position. I don't think you're even allowed to move the unit.
Oh, Tide Turner.
No,
Tide Turner
that's
helps him. Yeah, but I don't think he has any spells to, or is that a stack deck?
He only has no. He does not. He does not have any. He has
He doesn't have any spells to discard. Yeah.
Yeah, but he can dig twice. Yeah, but
he can dig twice with the Tide Turner, but point is it lets him see one less card at this point. Unfortunately, yeah. So move with the Hui, discard, or draw first.
Flash.
That's a good card. Obviously, you can't discard the flash.
Hey, I think you do. Yeah.
Elder Dragon is. I don't know how I feel about that. Why do you discard the flash there?
Just to dig more.
Yes, to dig more. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
You need to hit the Star-Crossed because you know what's coming after.
And you want the units.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree.
You know, we could say that's why he's here and we're here. Give out his game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be there. He's at 4.
Maybe the correct decision
is
nice. The correct decision. It's like moving up, flashy. Maybe that's your logic. You put double Hui, move flash back.
I guess the thing about flash is. Maybe because Hui's 5 and then 7. So if he has Hui and Tide Turner on that, I guess maybe the reason for discarding the flash is because you could end up in this situation in the first place because you might be tempted to, like, you can't really stay on a battlefield when he already has a Mind Splitter out because the Mind Splitter can just conquer and take the battlefield.
Yeah.
But I think because I guess establishing this. I mean, it's good that he established the second Hui because that allows him to move up, discard a unit, and at least kill the Mind Splitter. Pack of Wonders.
Yeah. So it's a super annoying card. I mean, you can just.
Oh no, I play 3 of them in Ezreal.
Yeah. Wait,
Trust me.
Yeah, you're the annoying Ezreal. I forgot.
I'm the
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Their setup, it's insane. All right, there's
Elder.
there.
Okay, so he kills a Hui, assuredly, and the Tide Turner. So, I guess the good thing here is Alan still has 1 Sprite Fountain in his hand, which helps. And he can use the Hui to kill the Mind Splitter if he discards a unit. Or he could just... No, because if he accelerates...
You accelerate your units, just put 2 accelerate, the 2 sprites smash in with another guy for 2.
And then you get 2 sprites the next turn.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Just force them.
Yeah.
I mean, don't waste resources past that.
Yeah, I think probably double Sprite Fountain in... Yeah, if he has Fan of Knives, though...
Who cares? Well, who cares?
He does have a Fan of Knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not. But you're losing temporary units.
Right.
So who cares?
Which is fine. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, and then maybe at that point you could run the Hui in post Fan of Knives if you care about conquering, but then you're spread out. But then you get 2 units next year. But he moves up with the Elder Dragon. I don't.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's a tough spot.
I mean, or you can just score. You can just score a goal to 5 and figure it out from there, and then.
I don't know about figuring out
his flight home. That's what he's figuring out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna
Just
float 2. Wait.
That's
He's
flash.
floating 2. He's floating 2. That implies that he's gonna discard the Sprite Fountain. Because when you discard a gear, you draw. Or
Discard.
you ready to. I would maybe discard the Kha'Zix.
Yeah.
No, get the unit. No. Oh, maybe.
It's
maybe.
just for the plus
So that you can kill the.
Yeah,
so that you
sure.
can kill the
Yeah.
Mind Splitter. All right. Is
We
he gonna
trade-
fan of knives? Is he gonna fan of knives? That's the question.
He
Because if he fan
flashes.
of knives,
You flash.
yeah, I mean you get the extra move with the flash. I really feel like double Sprite Fountain was like the right play here. Because it guarantees 2 units next turn, like no matter what happens.
I mean, he can still do it.
Yeah. That's
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just let it go through.
Okay. So.
Oh, now
you
Sprite,
play the
now Sprite.
Fountains.
Yeah.
Now you play the Sprite
Okay,
Fountains
okay.
because yes, okay, because that prevents the Fan of Knives cheese because it lets you keep like your actual units alive. Is he gonna play the second one? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Awesome. This was the right call. Now he's gonna go up to 6.
I'm shocked they let it go through.
Okay, that's. And
Just
I mean, you
develop.
could play.
Yeah, you do it.
You
do
might
it.
as you have to, and then end a turn. Yeah, I would have. You know what? I would have. Do you play the Diana to a battlefield because you have
No.
flash?
No.
I
Because
guess
they
it
can
doesn't
react.
change anything. It doesn't change anything.
No,
You're
but
right, you're right.
they can react with spinning blades.
A
so.
Fan of Knives? Does he have?
Yeah,
Yeah, he has a Fan of
yeah,
Knives
he
in
does,
hand.
Yeah, he has a fan of knives.
You would
Oh,
assume. you
and
would
he has an
assume.
Elder in hand. He has an Elder
Really?
in hand.
That's yeah.
So that means there's only one left in the deck. I mean, you're gonna guaranteed hit it, but
There's no way. you
Hydra,
drop
what's
it,
the
right?
prognosis? How are we feeling about
Prognosis,
this? 'Cause
man,
I'm feeling bad.
It's over, man.
I don't think
Okay.
so, bro.
Man.
Crazy,
It's
bro.
over, man.
Crazy, bro.
What do you mean?
So
What is
I
it
mean, to be fair, this is probably as good as you can hope for from a hard cast.
No, it's fine. That's fine then.
Oh, but
Yeah,
I
they-
mean,
Now
I
he gets
mean-
double. He gets double Elder Dragon. So now he goes down to 1
Yeah,
unit
but-
in base.
No. But he has sprites. He easily
Yeah,
conquers
he has
one.
2 sprites. He has 2 sprites. But how does he kill?
Yeah. The
With-
other.
How does he kill the Elder Dragon on the battlefield?
I think that's a lot easier when I think it's not that hard. It's easier than you think.
All right. Well, let's see it.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it. He's going down like best because he has a
No,
Fan
no,
of Knives
no,
in hand.
no. He had no mana. He played it from hand.
No, he's conquering Targons
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're correct.
once again.
Oh, man. Yeah, this guy.
So
Two.
he's got he's got Fan of Knives in hand.
He doesn't have hard bargain
Wait.
either, right? Hard bargain.
He has 2 mind
Oh.
splitters.
He has 2
So
mind
he
splitters.
put one in deck.
Oh.
He put one in deck. I mean, you get rid of the Watcher.
Now it's Jover.
I mean, what did he take? He didn't take anything. Other than Watcher, right?
Yeah,
Well, that's
because
the -3.
Alan would have needed to accelerate the Watcher
Yeah.
and use that to kill the Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
And then if he
Correct.
had that, he could have played around Fan of Knives. But at this point, he doesn't have an out. Because if he played the Watcher, he could have killed the Elder Dragon, and then because he still had units in base, he could have played around it. But there's nothing that he can do at this point unless he has a Star-Crossed. He needs a Star-Crossed. That is like.
It was
He's
not a
only
star
out.
cross. It's not a star cross.
Well, I mean, he probably
His
would have
face, from
played
his
it
face,
if
yeah,
it was,
his face,
but
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's cheeks.
1.
I mean, he has nothing else, man.
He has 7 might on the battlefield,
Okay,
and
that's-
Well, I mean-
2 cards in hand, and one of them is a flash.
Yeah.
See, and this is why I don't think that flash is a good answer to Aurora.
I think it's a
Saving
good.
units doesn't help you win the game. That sounds crazy,
Nah.
but you know what I mean when I say it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
I
pulled
mean,
back,
did he Aurora turn 3 too?
he did. He did do that. He did.
Yeah,
that
so-
on both
Yeah.
games. On both games.
Yeah. And that's
Well,
that's crazy because like I feel like sold out Aurora really early on both games without abusing Scryer's Bloom, without abusing Stack Deck. Like I think that sold out. He drew really well these games. And that's the crazy thing. Hard casting Elder Dragon isn't even that bad. Like, yeah, all right, this game's over. Like, yeah, this game's over.
Yeah, because the Final Knife's still there.
But this does give Alan one more turn.
yeah.
I don't know what his out is, but
I mean, yeah.
he's got the other Elder Dragon in hand.
Another Watcher?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Watcher?
No, he only plays one Watcher in the main, and there's none in his side.
The sprites are gone next turn. That's the problem.
Bye, sprites. Bye,
Yeah.
little sprites.
So I mean,
So if he reinforces Forgotten Monument,
That he loses.
then Alan loses.
well, he just puts one in each. It's really nothing.
Well,
nothing
I would reinforce because remember what happened with Eclipse, I guess, but Eclipse doesn't even
Yeah, 'cause
technically get you over.
I mean, you just split.
By the way, I can't believe that Catalyst draws a card when you're at 12. It's insane too.
Ramp's not good enough. It's got to be
Yeah.
good late game. I don't think the Catalyst is a problem. So
Oh, now you're in a Mind Splitter you can draw.
oh
Yeah,
god. Yep. All right. So now it's another Mind Splitter. Alan has one card in hand.
What's this card? Well, I guess really no.
Literally, like, yeah. So he would need to. Yeah. No, I mean the game's over.
What's the out? What's the out, Cedro? You were saying.
Dude, what is the out?
Man.
A Watcher. That was last turn though, which he got taken away.
What about this one?
Oh god, just cutting to the end. Oh, that is brutal. Oh yeah, he just checked the
Yeah,
top. I mean, he
yeah.
would have been disqualified anyway for doing that. Obviously, probably not. But like, that's the game.
Fastest. Is this the fastest top 8 match we've had so far? I think so.
That was
no?
brutal. That was brutal.
I think it's the fastest match we've had in this like top 8 in all regionals.
That is brutal.
That was entertainment. That was pure aura. Yeah, aura
That
all
was
over the
brutal.
place.
That was brutal.